This is a walk I do about twice a year, several miles long. I park my car in a small lay-by right there on a fairly quiet lane that goes down to the Artro Valley, and it provides a pretty good view of the Rhinogs. Really, that's Rhinog Valley on the left. You can't quite see Rhinog Valley. But there's Ledra, Dipus, and Mulfra. I sometimes walk down that very quiet lane there. It's quite a pleasant day, but not particularly warm for the 15th of August. But for good walking weather, 200-300 yards into my walk. This is a holiday cottage. Appears to be someone there this weekend. I intend to come out at the end of my walk down this lane. But there is a plaque here. Looks like the brambles have some guy, Mr. John Evans, born in 1892, died in 1949. It's obviously been kept in good condition. I'm hoping the sun doesn't entirely disappear. It disappeared to be clouding over slightly. I'll be going down here for about another, well, half a mile, and then turn off to the left along a, well, very infrequented footpath. Just over there, that rounded hill is not one of those hills that is crowned with a hill fort. Okay, a Welsh oak tree. Okay, this is where I turn off. There's a driveway here that leads to a farm, and we go down there a little way, or just a few feet really, and then turn off to the right. Down there, I think those are called plane trees. Kind of something similar to eucalyptus trees. This is where I turn off down here, and say it's a little bit, well, not exactly a well-trodden path. Footpath signs, the yellow arrows. Over there, I don't know if you quite see, there's a bull that seems to be permanently parked in that field. But I'm making my way down this semblance of a path. There's a bit of a stone here to across that muddy patch. There's another footpath sign. It's quite a pleasant, really, quite a pleasant walk, really. And through there is that bull got a ring in its nose. Probably wants to get at these cows in the adjoining fields. No footpath sign. There's a path that goes down there, but I'll go towards the left here. I'll be going towards a caravan site called Dinnis, which does have some holiday makers there at this time of year. Another footpath sign. I haven't come too far from the last footpath sign, less than a quarter of a mile. That rock over there is part of the caravan site, landowner's property. He has a trail that goes up there from the caravan site, just to inspect for the kids and that, and to inspect the rock. I'll just go down here a little way, slightly off the beaten track, or the track I should take, just to look at some old ruined buildings. There's not much to see. Here are just old buildings, but there used to be a mill, a working mill at one time. Just a little bit further down there's a little stream that looks like a nice ash tree there. A little way over that, of course, now long abandoned. But now I'll retrace my steps and then head on towards the Dinas caravan and camping site. There's another shot of those abandoned farm buildings, I expect. These rights of way that I'm walking along, back in the 18th and 19th century, were probably fairly well trod, because most people then just travelled by foot, and so these public rights of ways crisscrossed everywhere. My memory, unfortunately, has failed me again. So there is a stile here that goes over, but I've obviously missed it, so I'll have to retrace my steps and go back there somewhere. It's there, but it's hidden away. Okay, I've gone full circle back where I started. It's you soon warm up walking over rough pasture, tops of the grass and where the cattle have been. I'm on this other side of this wall. Now hopefully I'll find this stile down the other side of this field. Ruined farm buildings. I first spotted them, or was there 15 minutes ago. So I haven't made too much progress, but I seem to recognise this coming up here. I think this is where there is a stile and I can cross the stream. I don't know if you can see the stone steps in that wall, which is about 7 feet high. Virtual rock climbing. For an old climber like me, it's not exactly... there's a little stone bridge, or footbridge, that goes across this stream, and through the other side of these woods is that caravan site. There's the camping section of Dinas, caravan and camping site. This doesn't seem to be particularly popular with the local campers. It's pretty boggy. This, let's say this campsite is called Dinas, advertised as a hideaway in the hills. There's the rock up there, and here's the farmhouse itself, which serves as reception. Now, I've got to try and find a footpath which goes off to the left here. Here's the turn in that goes off to the left. up there, again, not very well trodden. The footpath signs seem to disappear wherever you actually need them, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to get through somewhere over there, through those trees. This time of year the ferns are at their maximum height, so it makes it difficult to see the footpath, even if there is one. But here's proof positive that I'm on the actual right of way with the stile. Came out in the open, there's the stile. Should be plain sailing now for the next hour or so. In another 200 yards or so, I should be hitting the little lane that runs along Artra Valley up to Kumbucken. Looks like I've gone too far. So there's the lane down there. So back 100 yards ago, so, and then turn left. Looks like it's clearing up anyway. The sun has come out. Back on the right tracks. Here's the little lane. So I'll be going up the valley towards Clip, but of course not that far. There's a typical hanging Welsh woodland, oak trees, on the other side of the valley. I walked about maybe a little under a mile since along this lane. What I do now is sometimes I just go a few yards off this lane and have a little break. Oops. Oh, it looks like there is someone here, but maybe they're not at home. There's the Afon Artra, and nice little camping spot. But if I can find a perch here to sit on, I'll just have a short break. Not much water in the river, because we really hadn't had much rain. It's been overcast and gloomy, but not really, no downpours. This is where I turn off the Kumbucken road and go up this lane. Close to 2 miles I think. Fairly steady ascent. The odd patch of cloud in the sky, but looks like it's going to be quite nice sunny afternoon. This is a gradual ascent, a little bit of a slug. I think to go up at least 500 feet of vertical ascent before I turn off. Just ahead of me is a hill or a mountain called Gerddi. It's nearly 1,300 feet above sea level. I'll be passing the house in another, well, less than a mile, which is named after it, which I'll have further remarks to be made when I reach it. Rinnock Tower. I actually had a break sitting on this rock. clouds seem to have gathered again. There's this very quiet lane. I haven't seen any cars and probably won't. It may be a farm. That mountain there, right in the middle, Charles Dowles climbed to the age of 7. It goes up to roughly 1,000 feet from Lake Kumbuchen. There's a cliff. And I had my break here because when the road goes through that gate there, it starts climbing steeply for 200 or 300 feet. There's the house I mentioned, Gerddi Bluog. I'll say more about it when I get up to it. I'm about still 100 feet or so below it. Named after that mountain. A very good angle. It's got an excellent outlook to the Kumbuchen Valley, and you can see the Kumbuchen Lake there. It's a substantial house. It dates from 1668. There's a write-up on the internet about it. It's no longer occupied. It hasn't been since I've lived here. But it's obviously kept up. It's a listed building. The actual farm is over the other side of the lane. A little bit further along here. I haven't made up my mind, but I think I'll turn to the left. And I've got to sneak past these cattle. They're probably more scared of me than I am of them, but with the young calves, that's the cattle behind. There's a stile there that short distance up there are a couple of stone circles. I saw some modern day Druid worshippers at one circle at one time. Now, I'm taking a chance. I think I'm going to go down this, well, right away, but it might be badly overgrown. But it's roughly a mile and a half as the crow flies to where I park my car. Now, I could go that way, but I'll be walking at least an extra mile on tarmac road. It goes around in roughly a circle. But I'll try this way. I went for Burton in a couple of hidden potholes. This little section looks alright. There's a semblance of a path here, but now just down here I might have to force my way through these ferns and find a somewhat hidden stile. But there is a footpath sign on this telegraph pole where the footpath is fairly obvious. This is an example of this tufted grass which makes walking difficult, but can't see any footpath signs here, but I'll see if I can see if there's a way through these ferns here. Here's the hidden stile. I have to force my way through though. It's probably the path that goes through there, but it disappeared under the ferns. I think I'm alright now. That's where I head for, that house, or farmhouse just there. The hidden stile was back there. There's this little stream. There's a crossing point here, which After a heavy rain, it's actually a little bit awkward. Here's a hidden away old Welsh farmhouse with the cats, friendly cats, kittens rather, chickens. Back there I was able to use the right of way quite well because the cattle also kept it open through the ferns. And there's a footpath sign, another one here. Okay, that was the footpath. It sort of disappears under the tufty grass and reeds. But now I'm all clear. A semi-tarmac road. Back to the car. Quite pleasant to walk along this tarmac lane after that rough walking, and there's a good view of the Rinogs. And just round the corner here there's a nice little duck pond. There's the duck pond. It looks like I'm going to disturb a heron. Oh, it might not be a heron. Yeah, it's a statue. I got it on telescopic. Very pleasant hidden away spot. Another little tucked away cottage. And the owners, they put a seat here. This pond was for sale when I first came. They're asking £25,000 for it. If you wanted your own private duck pond, I'll go up here, just not too far now, to the car. There's the cottage, which holiday cottage. Looks like someone's parked the car there, or maybe it was already, I didn't notice it. So someone's at home this weekend. There's the lane I came up. So I just go around, turn to the right here, and my car is a couple of 100 yards up the road.